welcome to another episode of Dollar Tree Makeup. We have reached the brand that I know I cannot pronounce correctly. I'm going to mess it up, and if that bothers you, I'm sorry. I looked up the pronunciation, and I have always just been really bad with French, so it should be La Mercerie, but I'm going to say it how I say it, but that's the brand that we're reviewing today. And I'm giving you a full breakdown, hits, misses, and the few products that were surprising. So Dollar Tree makeup is always a gamble. It's been getting better over time. There's definitely some lines, some brands that just kind of take up space, they're filler. Well, some quietly outperform expectations. And this brand, La Mercerie, is probably just how I'm going to say it, sits somewhere kind of sort of in the middle. So for the most part, it's basics, a few okay standouts, and one product to definitely skip. So like most all Dollar Tree brands, the shade options are despicable. They're just not there. So most of everything comes in one shade. Some things may come in two shades. And this brand is really annoying in particular because all of the packaging has the brand name on it. They don't tell you the shade name. Most of them don't even tell you the product name. So I had to take really good notes, or else I'm just holding a thing in my hand that has the brand logo on it and no idea what it is. So that's fun. So I ended up buying and testing a pretty good sized assortment of their products that cover face, eyes, and lips. And I wear all of these things all day long, 10, 13 plus hours. And there are still some products that I did not buy. I'm just not going to buy everything. I go for the things that I think might be the most interesting to test, as always. But I will tell you how everything performed. And if you're reading along with the Substack, you can see the swatches, the reviews, the star ratings, all of it. And I'm going to start with the Sunlight Bronzer. So it's definitely one of the bigger surprises. When you look at it in the pan, you're going to expect it to pull kind of orange. And even when you look at my swatch, it is still concerning. It looks sort of orange. But when you're blending it out on the face with a brush, it really reads as a natural, subtle warmth that works with you instead of overwhelming. So the swatch is pretty suspect, I understand. And this goes back to a point that I've made previously. You know, swatches don't always tell the full story, and I've had people on Reddit get really worked up all about the swatches and how they didn't look good, but a swatch is never indicative of the actual performance of the product, the actual application when you're using tools onto the skin. Just when you're swatching, the amount of product that you're using is very different. You're usually using your finger. And the whole point of the swatch is to see the color against a skin tone, to see the texture, so on and so forth. So with that being said, the powder formula is actually soft, it's smooth, and it has a shimmer to it. It's faint. It's going to not be glittery on the skin. The product blends easily, it builds, it's not muddy, it's even. It does fade a bit by the end of the day. It doesn't get patchy or weird by any stretch of the means. So if you are in the market for a new bronzer, you're looking at Dollar Tree, this one is fine. Besides the fact it doesn't come in any other shades as far as I can see. It'll do the job. I'm still going to donate it. I have more bronzer than any one person should have, and it's just not adding anything to my collection. So somebody else can enjoy it. But it's a good deal otherwise. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Next up are two products that just confused the hell out of me, starting with the Hydrating Lip Stain in Fuchsia Sensation. I actually have a picture of the packaging. I didn't put it in the Substack, but I kept it for my reference notes. I am so confused. I shared it on my Instagram stories the day that I bought it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is probably like them trying to dupe the NYX lip. Is it called Lip IV? The name's escaping me right now, but that glossy lip stain. I was so excited. That's exactly what I thought it was going to be, because right on the package, boom, it promises a high shine and hydrating finish. Here's the first thing that's wrong, okay? It's not fuchsia. I don't know why we're calling this fuchsia sensation. It is like a wine dark red. All right. But still a big fat lie because this formula dries down and it is matte. 100% the kind of matte you just feel it on your lips. It's still like lightweight, but it's there. It's essentially just a full coverage in your face matte liquid lipstick. And if you're going through the Substack and you're looking at the swatch of this versus how it is on my lips, and then looking at the next product that comes below it, you're going to think, Amanda, you're crazy. You must have mislabeled the swatches, the photos. You have something all mixed up here. I don't. These two products, these two lip products are so strange and confusing. I don't know what's going on, and the pictures are very misleading, but just trust me when I say the hydrating lip stain is not a lip stain. It's not a hydrating product. It is a matte liquid lipstick. Okay? The applicator on this thing is huge. You know how I like to go on and on about the Dollar Tree applicators being microscopic, like for Barbie doll lips. This one is huge. Think like a lip oil from your favorite brand, but probably even bigger. I don't have any idea what's going on here because you don't want that kind of applicator on this type of formula because you're getting so much product. You're going to have to wipe it off or else you're going to make a mess. So I put this on as is in the photo with that lip liner just to show you it is messy. You just cannot keep it in the lines of your lips and make it look nice that way, okay? But I mean, the coverage is good, right? It applies evenly. It's not streaky. It didn't dry out my lips or flake or anything like that. It has good wear time. It didn't transfer. I ate chili the day that I tried this. I drank tea, just straight on tea from a mug. No issues. So it's kind of uncomfortable. It's effective, but the whole entire thing is a lie. And just going back to the applicator briefly in my mind here, can we just get an in between, like not the Big Daddy, but not the Barbie lip applicator, just something like that, normal? That'd be good. So I gave it a 3 out of 3 star, or 3 out of 5 stars, which is probably generous, but okay. So the next lip product in this confusing bundle is the Stunning Satin Lip Stain. I see this as the more wearable version of the hydrating lip stain. It's the same exact color. So here they are. They have these two lip products. They come in the same exact color, and there's no other color offering. And I don't know about you, but I am probably never going to be reaching for these colors on a day-to-day basis. I'm just not. So this one doesn't dry down fully. It kind of feels like a velvet matte liquid lipstick. If you've ever tried a formula like that, you know it doesn't fully dry down, but it's on the matter side, almost moussey, not quite. So it's smooth, lightweight, and uncomfortable. It's full coverage once again, so there is no way to build it up, but you don't need to. And it will give you a little bit of transfer, especially at the first go around, but the coverage stays intact, long wear. There's no streaking or patchiness. This one dries out the inner lip just a bit, and I try like exfoliating first, doesn't help. So exfoliation isn't quite the issue here. So if you like a matte lip, like more on the matte side, but you don't want like that tight kind of feeling, this is going to be the better choice for you. I am still just severely confused by the packaging, the names, the swatches, what's going on here. Yeah, I gave this one a 3 out of 5 stars as well. And then I noted here that I am disappointed by the colors. Let's move on to something else here. Ultimate Control eyeliner in brown. So this one I do believe came in both black and brown. And I bought the browns. I just wanted to try something different. It definitely feels more expensive than it is. So looking at it, it has a brush tip that is skinny. And it's very similar to, say, like a NYX Epic Ink Liner or just your favorite brush tip. It is good, okay? The packaging is sturdy. You get a smooth, even application. It doesn't skip. It doesn't tug. And it dries down matte. And the brown pigment is subtle. I believe it's like deliberately subtle. It's not a harsh, dark line. It was just really easy to work with, to control. And if you need a new liquid eyeliner, and you don't want to buy like NYX, it's probably up to like $10 or better now. Honestly, this does the job, and this is a product that I've heard other people actually review and say good things about. I think it's the best liquid eyeliner at Dollar Tree. Not that I've tried many of them, but just from what I've seen available and what I've heard, I think, if you're going to get anything from this brand, it would be the eyeliner. So I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. Perfect Hydration Lip Gloss. This product is also confusing to me. So it comes in a squeeze tube and it comes out like clear pink. It has a mild taste and scent, and I can't tell you what it is. It's just indistinct. There's something going on, okay? But it goes clear on the lips. And when I think like lip gloss, I want something to be like super glossy, shiny. It's not as shiny as it could be. I don't know how else to say it. It's on the thicker side, but it's not sticky. It hangs on throughout meals. So kind of like a lip mask, it tries to hang on because it's that thicker texture. But that's unusual to have occur with a lip gloss. So you can feel it on the lips, but a lot of that glossy shine that isn't even that great to begin with starts to go away. So it ultimately, how it wears, it looks more like a lip balm on the lips. You're also not getting any kind of hydrating benefits. It doesn't leave your lips feeling better or different when it comes off. So I'm saying many different things here and doing my best to describe my experience, and that is why it's just confusing. There's so many better options out there. So I gave this one a 3 out of 5 stars. And it didn't dry out the lips, just like nothing happened. It's just basic and unnecessary. So moving on here. There's 2 setting sprays that I found. The first one is just called makeup setting spray. So I'm just going to think of it as like their basic general original. It does what it claims and does nothing more. So it's going to set your makeup in place, give you that melted look. Obviously, they're very small, the bottles. That's how sprays and primers are at Dollar Tree. I will say that it gives you a fine mist. It evenly disperses. So all good there. It will not change the finish of your makeup. So if your final look before the spray was matte or dewy, it's just going to stay that way. It's not going to extend the wear time of your makeup or make it be transfer proof. It's not going to add to or harm the wear. So it's functional, doesn't transform your life. That's how most setting sprays are. 99% of the setting sprays that I've used in my life, and I feel like I've tested hundreds of them, are going to set your look and kind of melt it together, give you that cohesive look, but it's not going to extend the wear time or damage that wear time. So I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Their other setting spray is called Hydro Glow Setting Spray. So the name would tell me this is supposed to be like gluey. Well, hopefully not gluey because that'd be very disturbing. But, if you're thinking of NYX, they do have the glue setting spray and primers, but they look good. Now I'm just on a whole tangent here. So this one you would think, is you're going to get some glow. There ain't no glow going on. I don't really see how it's different from the other one besides the packaging design, to be honest with you. So again, it's going to melt your makeup together. It has a fine mist. The package is small. That's it. Doesn't extend wear time. Doesn't hurt wear time. There is no finish change. So you still have the same finish after you spray it on. So I don't understand where the radiance is. There's no glitter. There's nothing. So 4 out of 5 stars. There's kind of a theme here. Like a lot of these products are just confusing or a little womp womp. A lot womp womp. Here's the worst product. Are you ready for this? Dollar Tree does not do a good job with liquid eyeshadow. I mean, I've been testing Be Pure, Ione, this brand. I've tested several. And I don't get why they're so weird. This is the worst one, though. And I gave this 1 star. Should give it 0 star. So as you're applying it, it's wet, it's drying down. It gives my eyelids an uncomfortable sensation, almost like a slight burning, which probably sounds very scary, but nothing actually happened to my lids. It was just this mild burning sensation until it dried. Then it dries down. It's very lightweight, but it's sheer and patchy. Like it literally looked like it was leaving large areas of the eyelid completely bare. You'll see it in the picture. I don't get it. I just don't. And I tried to layer it up. and it just did not help. It just looks like large sections have no product, but I'm covering the entire eyelid. It actually doesn't build well at all. So as you're building the product up and letting it dry between layers, the best thing I can say that is happening is it has these chunky particles in it that start to collect at the edges of the application area, the edges of your eye, and it just looks uneven no matter what you do. But the formula, it sets down, it dries down, it lasts, it doesn't crack, it doesn't fade or transfer, nothing, but it just looks terrible. So the terrible look doesn't justify the fact that it has great wear time. So just don't buy this thing. And I think this only came in one color as well. And we're going to move on to the pressed finishing powder. This is basic. This is like any other air quotes translucent pressed powder you're going to find at Dollar Tree. It is white in the pan, and it's also going to give you somewhat of a white cast. It has a matte finish, but it was lightweight and didn't look cakey. It sets makeup, so it doesn't feel, tacky to the touch. Doesn't do anything for wear time. It's just not a standout in any way. It's not going to be different than something you already have. It's not memorable. So I knew this one right away. It was destined for my donate box, which I do call the bad bin when I'm feeling spicy. And at the end, I'll tell you more about the bad bin. But moving on, they have more liquid eyeshadow. This is the Vibrant Shimmer Metallic Liquid Eyeshadow. And this one, the packaging, I love. It's small, and you get 3 different shades of liquid eyeshadow, and it makes me think of the stacking pencils, that you had when you were a kid in school. So they unscrew from each other and you get the little applicator. You'll see it in the Substack in the photos. So these are actually, believe it or not, especially now that you've heard all bad things about this brand, the best liquid eyeshadows that I've tried at Dollar Tree. So how did they screw up their full-size one? I don't know, but this one doesn't burn. So these dry down and they're really shiny, intensely pigmented. Outside the black, which I'll talk about, so there's no fading, cracking, creasing, or movement. They just look the same at the end of the day as they did on initial application. The black shade is more of like a cool metallic gray, but once these are applied, they don't move. One note that I'll make is when I do liquid eyeshadow, oftentimes I like to put them on the eyelid, and I'll take a larger, denser brush. In fact, I have it here. It's very old, but I think they still make it in a set. The Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. This stuff, I don't know why, it just like won't blend with a brush. Wherever you stick it, it just stays. But it is what it is. I tried layering this. It didn't harm the formula, but didn't like dramatically change the intensity. When you're looking at the swatches, there's like a bronzy shade of gold in the black, and the black doesn't look so good in comparison, but I actually liked the eye look. I have a picture of the eye look too, but I thought it came out just really like pretty smoky black gray with some sparkle in it. I liked it. So really it is a place it and leave it formula. So if you're okay with those limitations, I think, again, it's the best. I've tried quite a few from different brands, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. And my most recent find from them, so it's newer, over the past month or so, is their Shape Define Brow Pencil in Deep Brown. I want to say this was the only shade, and I always buy deep brown anyways. They vary across the board, but this one is definitely lighter than expected. It's just not dark enough for me. It's not a real deep brown. It's more of a medium. The pigment level, though, is appropriate for a brow product. The formula is unfortunately waxier. I mean, it's still okay. It's usable. And I like on the opposite end of the pencil, it has a brush. And NYX has a brush just like that. They had it on an eyeliner, and I think they have it on a brow product that I don't own. But let me see. I have some of the NYX Epic Smoke eyeliners. And this is the same sort of brush, but I want to say NYX has it on a brow pencil. I just don't own that pencil. And then the pencil itself is triangular shaped. So if you think of Maybelline Total Temptation, and I know that Anastasia has one as well. Let me see. I think I have it. Yes, the Brow Definer pencil. It's the same sort of idea. So I will say that, unfortunately, I do much prefer the Maybelline or the Anastasia, both of which I have in my collection. Would you like to see a comparison of that? And I didn't thought to do that till just now, but I can. So this is why I would just skip. You know, it's worth spending a few more dollars to get Maybelline. You don't have to get Anastasia if you have Maybelline, but it was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars like I did most things here. And just a quick tip with these triangular brow pencils. I heard this in a video once. This is going to sound maybe wacky, but I never watched the video. But it was somebody else saying they watched a video from Anastasia where they had an expert in who was talking about that triangular brow pencil and actually how you should be applying it to get the hair-like strokes. So turning it onto more of the pointed end. It was a makeup artist or somebody, so I always apply it that way. It does destroy the shape of the triangle. I hope this is making sense. Like, it makes sense when I use it to kind of turn it a different way. But anyway, if you're looking at the Substack and you're looking at the picture of the brow product itself, and you're wondering why it doesn't look quite triangular, because it gets messed up when you apply it with the one tip. I'm not describing this well. I don't remember what video it was. I'm just saying that's how I apply it. That was not helpful. So we'll end here with final thoughts. So this brand is definitely inconsistent and pretty much lackluster. The bronzer, the eyeliner, the vibrant shimmer liquid eyeshadows are probably the best things here. The gloss, the powders, you can use them. They're basic. The metallic shimmer liquid eyeshadow, absolutely skip. So if you're going to shop Dollar Tree makeup selectively, Les Mercerie, I probably didn't say it right, whatever, has a few items that are worth pulling off the shelf, like the eyeliner, but don't grab everything blindly. So the best of the best is still going to go to Ione, Be Pure, and some LA colors. So out of everything here, believe it or not, speaking of the bad bin, I'm putting it all in the bad bin, the donate bin, except for the setting sprays and the eyeliner. Why? The stuff just isn't mind-blowing enough. Again, my makeup collection is larger than what it should be, and it's just not adding anything for me. I'd rather other people enjoy it. But it is a really nice brown eyeliner, different from what I already have, which is why I'm keeping that. And for everyday wear, I like a setting spray that doesn't extend. It just sets, especially when I'm testing makeup. That is my go-to. I'm ever going to like test the foundation or a primer with a spray that's going to extend wear time. So I think there'll be quick hits that I can just use up very quickly. I go through setting spray like nobody's business. So there it is. Have you tried this brand before? Have you tried anything? Do you actually like anything? I would like to know. But that is the end here. And believe it or not, I have so much more Dollar Tree makeup to talk about, and still haven't done anything with like Shop Your Stash, but it's there. I always have more ideas than I can actually do, but probably avoid this brand, okay, when you're at the Dollar Tree. And that's it, because I will ramble. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.